There is one rule which has brought a lot of relief to many parents and helped realize what is important. There is a very popular fear of many parents and future parents, which is ensuring that their children have the best possible life and ensuring that they don't fail at that. So what is the rule that I'm talking about? I invite you to watch. Hi, my name is Sophie, and you are watching Practical Parenting, a YouTube channel established to inspire you to become a better parent by promoting intimacy parenting and a non-violent upbringing. Once a week, you will find an animation on an interesting educational topic. If you are interested in these matters, subscribe to our channel. Imposing responsibility and burden on yourself regarding the future of your child is not without reason. After all, it is customary to say that it is the parent's fault if the child is rude and doesn't know how to treat others, what the child's approach is to learning, what they like and dislike, and what they say in everyday life. Caring parents are usually overwhelmed with their good intentions and get very stressed by this responsibility, that they create a never-ending race for new knowledge, new tools, and a constant feeling that you are not doing enough, as there is always something else to do. There will always be something that the child will not want to do, whether it is extracurricular activities, learning a new language, and the parents always take it on themselves. After reading many studies related to children's disorders, I have some good news for you, future and present parents. If you do not know what to do with your child, if you have reached a strange parenting point, remember some key principles. The most important and guiding principle in an upbringing is, do not disturb the child. Here are 4 reasons why. Number 1, the parent wants well, but does not know who the child is. Yes, you heard it right. The parent does not know who the child is. What do I mean by that? After all, a parent knows their child best, but doesn't really know much about them. In the sense of both, the child and the parent discover who the child is in the process of growing up. Hence, the parent simply cannot know everything about the child's natural preferences or personality until this is revealed to the child itself. Here we have an important aspect of personality theory that is often not considered even in such educational aspects. Personality is a component of the child's natural, genetically recorded tendencies and behaviors, which are shaped to some extent in the early parental period, but with time, these traits become more detailed and set in the mold. As a parent, you do not have much influence on whether your child will have introverted or extroverted tendencies, whether they will be conciliatory or conflicting, or they will be closed or open to experiences. Yes, you have no control over it, although it may sound disappointing. On the other hand, child development researchers indicate that the influence of parents up to the age of 18 shapes an individual, taking into account both genetic factor and the child's environment, which is beyond the parent's influence. Limiting the parent's influence is to about 30% of the entire human being. Therefore, at the beginning, the parent is usually able to choose additional activities or hobbies for the child, but the child does not know at first, so they both experiment. Very often with a disappointing result for the parent. And if the parent is stubborn, he or she will keep the child in ballet or hated karate lessons until the child develops a traumatic fear. The parent is disturbing the child. They should first stop disturbing them and let them be who they want to be. Number 2, the parent forcibly corrects the child. We've established that personality is something that is discovered eventually, sometimes with a positive or negative surprise. At this personality, the parent has little influence. But what happens when a child who is inherently secretive and introverted starts to be forced by their parents to socialize? Going to some clubs, dances, lessons, theatres. Even if these were the coolest activities in the world, such a child will quickly burn out, will get tired, will not often know how to tell their parents that they do not want to, unless they rebel and result in quarrels. So why do parents make such decisions? Because, of course, they follow the stereotypical assumptions that in order to have a successful life, you have to be passionate, you need to build relationships and have the ability to create new connections with other people, and that people who are still sitting and dreaming cannot have a meaningful career. Forcing anyone into an environment that feels not right to them will be counterproductive. It will cause rebellion, opposition. Dear parent, you cannot develop character traits in a child, but you can teach them something so that they will know, unless they don't want to. Proposal? The parent is disturbing the child. They should stop trying to forcibly correct the child. Number 3, parents sabotage their children's initiatives. How many times have parents scolded their children for doing something against their wishes? Parents should use an alternative method. Constant prohibitions and orders are usually present in completely harmless environments. This is sabotaging the child's initiatives without any disconcernment of what the child is doing. Context is very important. Proposal? The parent is disturbing the child. The parent shouldn't hover around the child's activities unless they are harmful to them. Number 4, parents don't know what their kids want. Worse, even when children say what they want, they are ignored. Why? Because supposedly the parent knows better. The parent knowing better than the child does not allow them to make a mistake. The child is not independent. He or she is objectified and confronted. The child also ceases to trust their own judgment because everything the child wants is questioned by the parent. And what happens when the parent stops disturbing, but becomes at most a moderator of the child's behavior, so they do not actually hurt themselves? The child then gains confidence, learns independence, making smarter decisions next time, better analysis, and most importantly, asking the parent for help if something goes wrong. How many parents are squandering this chance to build a better relationship with their child by arbitrarily and categorically forbidding doing something relatively harmless? Finally, don't prevent your child from being a child. Follow their development naturally. Don't limit their point of view, and don't force them to do things they hate unless you want an enemy, not a cooperative teenager. Wishing you lots of parental love and close relationships with your loved ones. I thank you for your attention and invite you to discover Practical Parenthood. If you are not yet one of the subscribers of the channel, Practical Parenting, please click the subscribe button and wait for our next animation.